Welcome to this presentation. Eradication Has Begun is a presentation I gave to the World Mental Health Congress in June 2022. My name is Keith Coney and I work on mental health support and innovation, and eradication is really my prime focus in the mental health space. Sometimes the issue isn't that your problems are so big, it's that you see yourself as being so small. Well, this is really what eradication is about ending all mental illnesses. It's about whether or not you believe it. Previously, we didn't believe we could get up Mount Everest, and we've done it. And what changed? Something changed in our mind to believe we can do it. Now everyone's doing it. So really, eradication's not a case of whether or not we can do it. It's just whether or not we believe we can do it. I just ask you all to take care of yourself. There's some moments in here about your life you might find uncomfortable. If that's the case, then please contact me at coneykeith@aol.com. This is the certificate I received from the mental health from the Third World Mental Health Congress on my presentation of Eradication Has Begun. So why are we all here today? We are here really to gain freedom from our emotional constraints and our mental constraints. We're here to gain freedom from all the things that hold us back from our past. Because if you think about all the things that have happened to you, emotional restoration is really about restoring your current moment to free yourself from all those past events that have happened in your life. So here's Keanu when he comes out of that event in the Matrix. This is actually the second he exits the Matrix. And you can see that's that look of freedom on his face. That's what we want. That's his first breath of clean, real air, that he's gained control of his health back. So struggling all the time, I mean, this is really another symptom of having problems with our emotions and our thoughts, is that we struggle to really get on top of our energy, and we really struggle to find enough energy to keep us going. So what do we do to help ourselves? We look for a medication solution. So Keanu had the red pill and the blue pill. Now I like to offer a third hand, which is no pill. And this course is going to do that. It's going to offer you a no pill alternative. Now, the side effects, are they as bad as the condition? That's a question you can ask, really. Often they are, sometimes they're not. And what about the health professionals? Maybe they don't look exactly like Morpheus does in this photo, but he's the guy that's been handing out the drugs in the Matrix. How many health professionals do you meet with for any problem that you have? 4, 3, 2? And what do they charge every time? Quite a bit. So are you getting value for money for all those health professionals? That's a question you need to ask yourself. And that's something you need to remember to the end of this course. Would you like a superpower on the path to health? I mean, a superpower could be something as simple as better control of your energy and your emotions, better control of your thoughts. So these are all things that this course will teach you to do. This guy's obviously got quite a fancy superpower there, splitting himself in 3. But really, the solution to all these problems is the emotional restoration course, and the solution is inside the fairies chalice, the white fairies chalice. It's the solution to health. It's what we're all looking for. So what does the course promise? Well, the course promises emotional freedom from your past events. The course promises material from a mental health world expert. That's me, and I'll take you through all my credentials. And then providing you the path to mental and emotional health. So you take the path in the comfort of your own home, but you are given that path in a course, and you take it at your own pace. So a little bit more about me. This is my story, day one. That's me on the left. And my parents, my mother looks like she's been in a bit of a boxing match. My dad's off the tennis court. And here's my dad and myself and my parents getting married. And some shots of my father's side. And that's my father as a young guy. This is my sister and myself getting ready for karate. Now, this is some of the more interesting parts of my family history. This is Evo in the center. His full name is Charles Evenden, and he received quite an incredible award from the Queen, and I've got some photos of that, for starting the memorable Order of Tin Hats, the Moths. And this is his wife, my great-grandmother, Rini. And so Evo started the Moths in 1927 to repatriate soldiers coming back from the front. And really, they would find places for them to stay. They would find jobs. They would help them get back into family life and that sort of thing. So really an all-round organization helping soldiers to recover. And Evo's son, who I'm named after, which is Barry, my middle name, Barry was stationed on the HMS Empire Song in World War II. And the Empire Song was an ammunition ship. So, of course, the first U-boat that fired a torpedo at the Empire Song, it went up like a firecracker. And, of course, the ship went down in a matter of minutes. But luckily, everyone was able to get off. That's what they thought. So they're in the U-boat counting everyone's heads. And, of course, Barry couldn't be accounted for. So Barry was listed as missing in action, the only person not to survive the sinking of the Empire Song. So sometime later, Eva and Rini were in the market, and they were walking through the market, and a woman came up to them and said, "Somebody is tapping you on the shoulder and he's dripping wet and he's wearing a sailor's uniform." And so Rini and Evo spent some time with her, and it turned out that she was a clairvoyant and she was seeing Barry standing next to them, trying to tell them that he's okay and he's passed over to the other side. I guess that was the start of my family's spiritual journey. Evo was a very good cartoonist, and when their farm burned down in Australia, they moved to South Africa, and Evo could only get work after a period of eating fish heads off the dock floor. He could only get work as a cartoonist. And he turned out to be a fantastic cartoonist, and he went all through the war drawing pictures of the Axis and the Allies. And this one's particularly funny, awkward questions. "Dear Evo, does a soldier salute in the blackout?" "None but the brave salute the fair." So that's the style of his cartoons. This is my family on my mother's side, my aunts and uncles and cousins. I'm the oldest cousin. And this is my father as a young man. So my father was an exceptional man when he was younger, and in fact all through his life. And he became an academic. He excelled at academics. He won the South African under-16 tennis open. and he became a chartered accountant and managing director. And so he was exceptional, but towards the end of his life, in his 50s, he became quite depressed. And on Father's Day, he went out and didn't come back. That was 1997. So he took his own life, and it was a sad moment, but I'm okay with it. It's many years ago, and I've worked through that. But the important thing again is your viewpoint of an event like this. I see this event as my greatest asset, my greatest experience. And why do I say that? I say that because it gave me incredible resilience to help other people deal with their problems. And it gave me a real no giving up attitude, and a number of other great patience, a number of other really strong attributes came out of this experience that, although I would love him to be back tomorrow, I gained a great deal from this experience. And I think that's the approach that we've all got to take, is what did we learn, not what did we experience. So years later, I married a young woman in the UK, and we went to the Maldives, and we took this photo in the Maldives, and that was the start of a new beginning. So I'd like to invite you to come to the second section of this presentation when you've had a little break, and thank you for your attention.